you're gonna have to allow me to fangirl for just a minute because I love Jennifer Garner. Like, who doesn't love Jennifer Garner? She's like one of those celebrities that there's no crap surrounding her. You never hear that she's a diva. You don't hear any kind of intrigue. She's not treating people badly. And she just seems so kind and generous and genuine and down to earth. And I just love her. So let's get into the video. Jennifer was born on April 17th, same birthday as my Victoria in 1972. She's 52 years old, and she has had an amazing career so far. She was born in Houston, Texas, but actually grew up in West Virginia. Her dad was a chemical engineer and her mom an English teacher, and she has two sisters. She actually started out in chemistry in university, but quickly switched over to theater. And after she graduated, she moved to New York City. She got a job as a hostess in a restaurant, kind of like, like the typical kind of Hollywood story that you hear about. And not too long after that, she got some guest starring roles in different TV sitcoms. But her big break was as Sydney in Alias. Alias aired from 2001 to 2006, and Jennifer actually won a Golden Globe in 2002. My personal favorite of all time, 13 going on 30. I just love that movie, and that was in 2004. Then she was in Juno after that, then went on to Dallas Buyers Club and Catch Me If You Can. But you know what? The list is long. While she was doing a guest spot on TV's Felicity in 1998, she met Scott Foley, and in 2000 married him, and he became her first husband. But we're not going to get into too much of all that because I want to save some tidbits for along the way, because this video is all about eating and training like Jennifer Garner for her role, her reprised role as Elektra in the Deadpool Marvel series. She has got a workout like you are not going to believe. So starting tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., we are getting up and we are eating and training like Jennifer Garner for Elektra.
Oh man, why do they always have to get up so early? Okay, I'm coming.
I don't know what's worse, getting up this early to work out or having to drink coffee. Oh, that smells strong. Well, I think I'm going to need it because everything that I've seen about Jennifer Garner's workout for Elektra, I don't know. It's going to be, I'm going to be a superhero or I'm going to be, see you downstairs. Coffee is down. Why do they all drink coffee? No tea drinkers. Coffee down. By 5:30, Jennifer is in her gym doing a Zoom class with the Limit Fit. I'm going to put their Instagram on the screen for you. And it's a combination. They do a combination of dance cardio, plyometrics, which is a lot of jumping, and strength training. And that's something she does every single day, 5:30. Now on top of that, for Elektra, that she does, but then she has lots of other homeworks, much more intense, and that's what I'm going to show you now. The Limit Fit has on-demand classes, and Jennifer Garner's doing these ones. This one's just a quick arms workout, but they have all kinds of other ones. She was doing these every day along with her Elektra workout, which was much more intense, and this was kind of her homework, her on-the-side stuff, on top of the other things that she was doing. good for the abs. "6:30, finish the 1 hour regular workout, okay? But we've added a lot more into her Electra workout, and obviously, while she's filming or getting ready to film, she has been way more than an hour. But that is what her usual is, adding on all of those other things. But breakfast, always the same. And I don't even need to refer to my notes because it's almost the same as mine. Although she has full fat yogurt with berries and chopped nuts, and she throws an apple in there somewhere. She says she loves apples. So that is going to be breakfast. So once she gets to have her breakfast, it's full throttle, getting the 3 kids out the door, 3 different schools. Although her eldest, Violet, just graduated, so that'll be 1 less for her to have to get out the door. But 3 different schools, 2 different buses, and a carpool. So she's eating and she's dashing. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot the nuts. We mustn't forget the nuts. Lunchtime. Jennifer, creature of habit, just like me again. And you know what she loves for lunch? A great big salad. She calls it the salad like Elaine from Seinfeld, who loved nothing better than a gigantic salad.
I have the same lunch every day. I have a big fat salad like Elaine in Seinfeld, how she always says, I want a big salad. And it's got everything.
Sounds a bit like the kitchen sink salad. She loves arugula, so she starts off with a good hunk of arugula, and then basically it sounds like she's got everything and anything goes. So we've got some fresh tomatoes, I've got some red onion. She specifically says she puts in green beans. I've got some nice snow peas that I've just blanched, and some broccoli that I've also blanched. She is serious about her veggies. In fact, she owns a farm in Oklahoma, and in 2015 she co-founded an organic, it's called Once Upon a Farm, and they make organic baby food up to toddler food, and it's a growing concern, and it's like now in Publix and in Wegmans and basically all over the place. So she is very serious about her veggies. So I've got that in there, looking for some nice color here, and so she gets all the kind of veggies, and then goes with cheese and chopped nuts. This is a hearty meal. Now, interestingly, she sort of says that she's gone a little bit away from always putting the protein on top. She does go with the nuts, and I'm going to add pumpkin seeds to this one. And so what she does, and she says this is her big hack. So I'm going to go to the oven and take out the sweet potatoes. So she likes to get small sweet potatoes, cut them in half with olive oil, cut side down, salt and pepper. She takes that for the top of her salad, and she packs the rest in the fridge so they can heat them up or not heat them up and put them on top of salads all through the week. She says that's her hack for you. So in 2004, after she divorced Scott Foley, she got together with Ben Affleck, and they eloped in 2005. And that same year, in 2005, they had their first daughter, Violet, and then 2 more followed after that, Serafina and Samuel. So they have 3 kids altogether. Violet is 19, Serafina 15, and Samuel 13. So we're just gonna put that nice warm sweet potato on top. Yummy. This does look pretty big for me, but you know what? I do have a cameraman that wants to eat too, so he might want to share with me. I'm just gonna top that with some fresh lemon juice, some organic olive oil, and some balsamic vinegar, and we will be ready to eat. That sweet potato makes it. Thanks, Jen. I think we made Elaine proud. This would be a salad she would be all over. Okay, being a superhero takes a lot out of you, and it is definitely snack time because she is working all day doing, you know, all of the things that I said that she's doing. So here she has what she has on her Instagram, the Electra smoothie. And we're gonna start with a tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of flax seeds. In that goes, we're gonna have a scoop of the best protein powder, my son's. In the scoop of that goes, we've got 1 cup of almond milk, and we've got a good handful of berries, and we have also a big tablespoon of almond butter. She says when nobody's looking, she adds more almond butter, and she also adds more berries if nobody's looking. She puts that in. Okay, good. A handful of spinach. Okay, and a handful of ice. Try to get it in. All right. I don't make a lot of smoothies. All right. Nice texture. Oh, that is really good. And how wholesome is that? You know what? As healthy as this is, I still don't think that I'd be able to jump off those boxes and stuff the way she does that. Like, that's really impressive. But this, really impressive too. Check it out. I'll put the recipe in the description, also on her Instagram page. So when it comes to dinner time, Jennifer says that she makes a lot of mom meals. Pretty simple, you know, kind of what we make at home ourselves. So she would typically have a roast chicken, some starch, maybe mashed potatoes or twice baked potatoes or rice, along with some fresh veggies. She says it doesn't even matter if they're cooked or not, and another great big fat salad. So I don't really think that I need to show you that. So what I'm going to show you instead for dinner is something else that she makes. And she says that it's her favorite lunch, but it really is a great dinner as well. And we know that she has salad all the time, so I guess the odd time she does kind of go off and have something else. So we're gonna have a seared tuna poke bowl with some brown rice, and we've got some kale and all kinds of good things. So I'm going to show you that we're gonna marinate the fish, but just for an hour before we're gonna sear it. So I've got 1/4 cup of olive oil, and I've got 1.5 teaspoons of grated lemon zest, and I've got 1 garlic clove. When I was watching her video, I thought that she was chopping up rosemary, but she was actually chopping up thyme. So we're going to be using rosemary because that's what I have, and I'm sure it's going to be just as good. And she won't mind because you know what, she's really cool like that. So I'm going to put all of this into a little tiny saucepan, and I'm going to just heat it through on the stove. And then when I cool that, I'm going to cover my tuna steaks, and I'll just let that sit in the fridge for an hour. We'll add a little dash of salt and pepper and a splash of red pepper flakes. So we're going to just cool down our marinade and put our pieces into a pan. And we're ready. Tuna marinated. While the tuna was marinating, that's a good time for you to make some brown rice. That's what she uses at the bottom of her poke bowl. And I took that time to just make a bit of crispy kale chips. So I just took out the stem out of the kale, chopped them into smaller pieces, tossed it with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, put it in the air fryer at 360 for 3 or 4 minutes. Make sure your pan is good and hot. Don't go anywhere. This is gonna be fast. All that's left, assemble this baby. Let's get our rice. Just gonna arrange our avocado in here. Crispy kale. We can just drizzle a little bit more of that dressing on top. She says she likes to double up at least when she's making the dressing so that she can use it for salads later in the week. I really, really like Jennifer's approach to food. Simple, fresh, wholesome food, loaded chock-a-block with fruits and veggies and nuts and good fats and you know, whole grains, and really just so healthy that, you know, it's really admirable. You have to admire her for that. And getting back to Elektra, she actually started that role in 2004 opposite Ben Affleck in Daredevil. And she had a feature. There was actually an Electra movie in 2005, which sadly was completely panned, but people still love Jennifer Garner. How can you not? And this, now, what she's working out for is reprising that role, and she is starring as Elektra yet again. Her role as Elektra lasted longer than her marriage to Ben Affleck, sadly, and in 2015, she filed for divorce. And that was a really horrible time for her because, you know, she had 3 small children at that point, and there was all of that rumor about Ben with the nanny. So she came out in Vanity Fair after that and said that they were separated well before that occurred. But still, him and the nanny, Ben. I'm going to enjoy my dinner now, and I'm going to see you when we wrap it up with her other favorite snack, which is also one of mine. It's pretty obvious after everything we've talked about today that Jennifer Garner is one talented actress, but that is not all. She is also a very accomplished dancer. She plays the saxophone and the piano. She's fluent in French and she speaks some Spanish as well. Jennifer is an avid reader and has voiced over audiobooks. It would come as no surprise that she's a huge animal lover, and that doesn't surprise me a bit. With all of these accolades, you'd think that she sounds like she's won the lottery. Well, she actually did win the lottery. In 2018, she won the Mega Millions, $1.5 million, and she gave it all away to charity. She's an ambassador for the Save the Children charity. And you know what? She's just all around great. And I love the fact that a 52-year-old woman is a superhero. Like, what kind of a role model is she? Not just for us, but for our daughters and for our granddaughters. And I just think it's so fabulous, just that shift that, you know what, we're over 50. That's just the beginning. We are all superheroes. And each one of us, too, has got some of that superpowers within us. So, you know what, don't sell yourself short. So at the end of the day, when it's time to sit back and relax and maybe watch a movie, you know what Jennifer and her family have? Popcorn. You know what? I think she and I, like, separated at birth. She's amazing. Listen, I hope that you've really enjoyed this video because I have thoroughly enjoyed finding out more and more about Jennifer Garner, and I just love her even more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.